I am pleased to present to you today Miss Julie Feliciano.
Good afternoon. My name is Julie Feliciano. Let's start off with a story. I was 2. I ran into the elevator, pressed the button, and watched as my family tried to catch up to me. The elevator door shut. Incredibly afraid, I started to panic and scream for my parents. I'm not sure why I ran into the elevator. I probably was racing my family so that I could be the one to press the button. When the door opened, my dad was there waiting for me. I remember him saying, "I'm right here, Julie," or some form of that. He ran up the floor faster than ever to make sure that I was okay. He was there for me. My dad's story starts in Davao, Philippines, where he was born. His dad, my grandfather, came to New York for his job. My dad and his family began their life in this new world. He had to adjust to the language, culture, and customs. He met my mom when he was 18 and became a father in 2007. After my brother, Derek, was born in 2010, my dad got a job in Pennsylvania, so we moved. I'm inspired by my dad, Joseph Feliciano. He has guided me, supported me, and set an example for me. My dad inspires me for many reasons. Firstly, he taught me. He taught me valuable life lessons, how to play chess, volleyball, biking, skiing, fishing, cooking, and so much more. A couple years ago, during Derek's Boy Scout camping trip, my brother and I went fishing with my dad. Derek and I did not know how to fish, but we still tried anyway. We ended up tangling our line multiple times, and our dad generously offered to fix it. It was a pretty stressful and frustrating time for him, but he still untangled our rods each time we tangled them. Even with this effort, we did not catch any fish that day. That day, my dad barely got to cast his rod because he was so preoccupied with helping us. He did that for my brother and me, and it showed that he would choose his children over himself anytime. I look up to my father, and I hope to be more like him. He also inspires me because of how he supports us and is able to be present in my life when he's busy. He was there for me when I got stuck in the elevator alone, and he's still there for me today. Sometime last year, I started liking volleyball, and when I was practicing whenever I could with my dad, who played volleyball in college. One day, after he had come home from a long 12-hour workday, he picked up the volleyball to practice with me. He was exhausted from work, but he still played. Not only was he present for me, but he's also there for my little sister, Seraphine. Seraphine was a baby at the time and was sleeping in her crib, while the rest of my family was busy in the backyard. My sister woke up and started crying, and we realized that we had locked ourselves out of the house, and we could not find the spare key. We looked everywhere, tried to pick the lock, and tried to open all the other doors. After many failures, the panic began to grow. Pumped up with adrenaline, my dad kicked down the door to get to my sister. Still today, the door creaks open in the wind because we never got the door fully fixed. It reminds us of that story. My dad protects his family. Along with that, he also tries to comfort others and make them laugh. My dad always makes little jokes, dances awkwardly, or starts singing on the top of his lungs just to make us happy or laugh. These little things make my family's day and give us a good laugh. Sadly, my dad lost his mom to cancer in his 20s. She was really young, and her passing had a big effect on my dad's entire family. My dad has been through some hard times. Before my dad's mother, my grandmother, passed away, my dad had just graduated college and was going to move on to the next step in his future. Losing his mom caused him to be lost. As a result, he had to take 2 years off of school to figure out what he was going to do. Eventually, he chose to go to medical school, and I believe the loss of his mother led him to this decision. I think he wanted to help people. He is a urologist, and one of the medical problems he takes care of is cancer. He's deeply devoted to his patients and works hard every day to help them. My dad has been loyal to all his patients. Once in a while, my family will be out shopping or eating, and one of his previous patients will recognize him. They usually say hello and thank him again for curing them. It reminds me of how memorable my dad is and how he is well appreciated by his coworkers and patients. My dad has also worked incredibly hard for his family and himself. My dad works hard at home and at work, but he still has time for family. His hardship inspires me to persevere through the hard times and work through challenges. My dad inspires me because of what he has taught me, how to be a good person. Not only has he guided me through my life, but he's also there for my family and me. It's also inspiring how he persevered through his hard times. My dad's kind, goofy, supportive, respectful, and generous. From the memories I shared today, I also realize he's determined and protective. He's taught me to try to be all those qualities. Without my dad, my life would not be the same and as fulfilled. He has guided me to be who I am today and continues to teach me so that I can develop and become a better person. My dad is an example for me, of what a good parent is. I am proud to have someone like him in my life, and having him as a dad has impacted me forever. I don't know what I would do without him. These are my credits. Thank you. I'll now be taking questions and feedback. Jacob. Yeah, he did. Oh, sorry. The question was, did my dad know that I was speaking about him? And yes, he did. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.